Are you noticing your car insurance rate creep up even without tickets or claims? You're not alone. That's why there's Jerry, your proactive insurance assistant. Jerry handles the legwork by comparing quotes side by side from over 50 top insurers so you can confidently hit buy. No spam calls, no hidden fees. Jerry even tracks rates and alerts you when it's best to shop. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Don't settle for higher rates. Download the Jerry app or visit jerry.ai/libsyn today. That's jerry.ai/libsyn.
Welcome to Change Your Story, the podcast that helps women build a fit mind, a fit body, and a fit life from the inside out. I'm your host and transformation coach, Hannah Dawson. I'm a personal trainer, nutrition educator, and mindset mentor, and I am here to help you feel strong, confident, and free in your body, not by starving, shrinking, or punishing yourself, but by training with a purpose, eating with a purpose, and having faith through the process so you can change the way you see yourself forever. Inside this podcast, we break free from diet culture, perfectionism, and all the stories that have held you back. We rewrite the new ones rooted in truth, strength, and self-love. You will hear real talk, faith-fueled encouragement, proven fitness and nutrition strategies, and the mindset tools you need to stay consistent, stay focused, and believe in yourself again. If you are ready to stop starting over, build a life you love, and finally change your story, you are in the right place. Let's build a fit mind, a fit body, and a fit life. Let's rewrite your story. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the podcast. I'm so excited to be here with you today. We are starting a brand new series, episode 1 today, self-love series. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be in your ears today. Thank you for spending time with me today, your time with me. Wherever you're listening in from, maybe you're walking, maybe you're driving, cleaning your house, doing your makeup, just sitting, wherever it is. I love when you take me on social media. I love hearing how these episodes impact your heart and your mind. So don't forget to just send me a little DM or tag me or leave a rating and review. It means the world to me. It also helps the podcast get found by other women just like you that are looking for encouragement, motivation, connection. So thank you so much for being here. This is my absolute favorite thing to do, is to be in your ears, to be able to use my voice. This is what I've been called to do. This is my passion, is to be able to use my voice, use my words to make you feel unstoppable. I was going to say capable of doing whatever it is that you've always dreamed of doing and being. So I absolutely love getting to show up and encourage you and use my words, my life lessons, my education, all the things I have been through in life, to bring it to you, to share it with you in order to shift perceptions. Because like Louise Hay said, a miracle is just a shift in perception. And this podcast is all about shifting perceptions, because that is how our story changes. All right. As we move into the self-love series, I also want you to understand, especially if you're new here, girlies, if you're not, you've probably heard me say this, but it doesn't hurt for me to say it again. This information, this motivation doesn't just live here. It's actually the foundation of the Fit Club app. This is a transformation app that I have created. It's not just a fitness app for workouts and nutrition and food. It is actually a space where you learn how to build a relationship with yourself, with your body, with your mind, with your habits, with your goals. That's why my slogan is fit mind, fit body, fit life. And it's not even a slogan, it's a foundation. It's how transformation happens. You know, our transformation is 95% mindset, 5% strategy. Whereas a lot of the time we focus all of our, efforts on that 5% and wonder why we feel stuck. It's because 95% is mindset. It's the way that you think about yourself and about life. And that's why the Fit Club app is this space and this place for you to do devotionals, for you to work on your mindset. You get mindset coaching like this podcast. You get personal growth, journals. There's so much in that app to help you build a relationship with yourself, with your mindset. Also, workouts help you build a relationship with your body. Nutrition to help you nourish yourself.
goal setting, creating the lifestyle that supports it. It's transformational work done in a supportive, safe space with other women doing this work alongside you. So if you've been listening to the podcast and feeling like, I actually want to live this out, the Fit Club app is where everything happens. You can find everything in the show notes below. And now, let's talk about where self-love really begins. So we just finished a series called The Real Work, and that series was really about building the foundation for this self-love series that we are talking about. If you haven't listened to it, it's so good. Go and listen to it. You can listen to it whenever you want, but it's really good. There's 9 episodes, I believe, or 9 parts to that series. They're short. They're maybe 20 minutes. So again, you can clean a house, go for on your drive, a walk. You'll be able to listen to and consume them, and each one builds on the next. So yeah, I would love to know your thoughts on that too. So which ones have impacted you? Let me know. Let's get into this episode. Oh, I really thought it would be great to do self-love for the month of February, Valentine's Day. February is the love month. And I wanted to talk about a different kind of love. Not the romantic love, not fixing your body, not becoming someone new or hyper-focused on somebody else loving you. I feel like I'm rhyming. I really want to talk about the most important relationship that you will ever have. Do you know what that is? It's the relationship that you have with yourself. Right away, I want to reframe self-love. Okay, self-love isn't confidence. Self-love isn't your motivation. Self-love isn't how disciplined you are. Self-love is the relationship that you have to yourself. And here's the kicker. Most of us were never taught how to build that relationship because it was never modeled. It was never taught in schools. And most of us, including the people around us, don't even really know what it means to have a relationship with ourselves. So if you've ever felt disconnected from yourself, if you don't know what you feel, what you want, or what you need, if self-love feels confusing or even uncomfortable, this episode is for you. And we're going to get raw and real today. How we learned to relate to ourselves. So instead of learning how to relate to ourselves internally, most of us, and this will probably resonate in our home lives or wherever we grew up, we learned how to relate to ourselves externally. We learned how to define ourselves by what other people think of us, what other people expect of us, how we perform, how we look, what we achieve, our education, status, accomplishments, religion, environment. So our relationship with ourselves became something that we built from the outside in instead of the inside out. And most of us were taught performance over presence. We learned how to perform, how to push, how to please, how to meet other people's expectations. But we were never taught how to be present with ourselves, how to listen to ourselves, or how to let our inner world guide how we live. And for many of us, depending on the home we grew up in, having a relationship with ourselves was selfish. It felt vain. It felt wrong. And in some environments, you were taught to put everyone else first. And in some spaces, self-focus was even framed as a sin. So what other people thought of us, even people who love us, became more important than what we thought about ourselves. And that's how we learned to abandon ourselves, to neglect ourselves. Not intentionally, but habitually. That brings me to the next part. Why does self-relationship feel so uncomfortable? This is why the idea of self-relationship can feel so uncomfortable for so many women. I have been there. It feels unfamiliar. It feels vague. And it often feels easier to stay focused outward. But here's the thing, that discomfort doesn't mean that it's wrong. It means it was never modeled. And so what was modeled was essentially watching what other people did, other people that had lives you wanted, or what was trending, or what was modeled in our family, even if it wasn't right for us. So how we feel about ourselves, how we felt about ourselves, or the choices we made were always based on what other people thought, what other people were doing. We learned to kind of mirror other people or what they had or what they wanted, because that got us liked, accepted, made us feel approved for a short amount of time, which left us neglecting ourselves, our inner voice, ultimately running from ourselves, hiding that part of ourselves, burying her deep away. And we try to live a life that is based on someone else's gifts, someone else's aspirations, goals, or maybe what other people say that we should do. And we wonder why we feel so disconnected. We wonder why we're anxious or depressed, or just feel like we're not where we're supposed to be. Let me share this quote with you. I absolutely love it. It's by Emerson. And he said this. Envy is ignorance. Imitation is suicide. Listen to this. Envy is ignorance, because when we envy what others have, it means we are ignorant to who we are and the gifts we carry. And imitation is suicide, because when you imitate someone else, you abandon yourself before you've even taken time to know how special you actually are. That there's no other you. You are the only one. You are unique. You are like a grain of sand, like a snowflake, like a star in the sky. Like there may be another girl that may have similarities and look like you, but there's no one with your identity DNA. You know, there's no one that has your way of thinking, your experiences, your voice, your dreams, no one else. And so when we envy somebody else, it's just because we don't see the gifts that we have. We don't understand that, yeah, we may envy them, but just as they're doing things that may inspire you or may make you envious, or like, why do they have that, or why do they get their life? You have that ability too. And so envy is just means that you're ignorant to your own gifts. So until we start building that relationship with ourselves, we will never know the treasure, the gold that is buried within us. Nobody in this world will get to experience that part of you, that gift that will bless other people. If we're always envying what other people have, and if we're always trying to imitate what other people are doing or the things that they have, you know, that is essentially spiritual suicide, because there's only one of you. So you take away that part of you that is supposed to gift the world, to your family, to your children, to your calling, to your dreams, and ultimately to your own soul and yourself. And so here's the thing. You can't build a relationship with yourself while constantly abandoning yourself to be like somebody else. And so here's the dilemma is, you know, it can be very scary. It's almost like this. I get this visual of wearing a mask, and we've worn a mask for so long. And it can be so painful and so uncomfortable to peel that mask off. And it's like this separation. It's kind of like, okay, this is going to be, I don't even know if this is going to make sense, but this is a visual. Have you ever watched those like alien movies or something where someone gets infected and they have to remove it, and it's like stuck to them, and they have to like literally remove it, detach it? So a part of us, a part of when we imitate somebody and we get envy, it's kind of like those masks. We start becoming somebody else that we're not meant to be, and it makes us live this different paradigm, and it almost becomes like virus to our body and to our life, right? How I said imitation is like suicide. It almost starts to slowly kill us and suffocate us. And so when we realize that and we stop that, it's almost like removing that virus, and it can feel uncomfortable. It can feel like this weird feeling because you feel vulnerable and you feel naked and you feel like, you've kind of hid yourself in this for so long. And, the biggest part of us wants to be loved, right? But here's the thing. We can't be loved unless we love ourselves first. We'll always be looking for love in the wrong places, and find ourselves in the wrong spaces and the wrong environments. So when you detach yourself from that, when you remove that mask, when you say, I'm going to start loving myself, I'm going to start building a relationship with myself, I'm going to love that girl in the mirror more than anything and anyone else, everything will start to flow from that, because you can't give what you don't have. And if what you have is jealousy, envy, imitation, you're somebody else, that's what your life is going to be, right? And then we hand that to our children, and it becomes a generational thing. I feel like I'm getting sidetracked here. But here's the thing. Self-love requires self-relationship, and we have to build that, and it can be uncomfortable, and it can be hard to know where to begin, right? Where do I begin? What even matters? Sometimes you have become someone else so much that you don't even know your own voice anymore. You don't know truth from lies. I am sure some of you have felt that. I have in the past, when I have said so many lies, not to other people, but to myself, just to feel liked, just to feel fit in, just to live a story, because it was too painful to be who I was, or to feel rejected, or to not feel accepted, or to, just these things, these personas that we put on because we want others to love and accept us, and we abandon ourselves. And so it can be this scary thing to know, okay, well, where do I freaking begin? I don't know who I am. I don't know even what I like, because what I liked has been based on what other people like. And if I say what I like, is that going to make the people in my circle not like me anymore? Here's the thing. The moment you start loving yourself, you're going to attract those type of people into your life. But first, in order to know where we focus on this self-relationship, is self-awareness. Self-awareness is the first entry point. That you learn this in AA and NA, and when someone has an addiction, right? The first step to recovery is awareness. Understanding what is going on, understanding what is hanging you up, right? Understanding where is it that the lies, that the distortion, that the separation has come in, right? This brings us back to the truth of today's episode. Again, self-love begins with self-awareness. And here's the thing. Self-awareness isn't about fixing anything, okay? Because awareness actually will reveal the relationship that you already have with yourself. We're in a relationship with ourselves all the time. All the time. Awareness doesn't create the relationship. It reveals it. So here's the thing. When we start searching and start seeking, it will start revealing, right? It will start revealing to us, oh, that's interesting. That's the sentence you're going to hear me say, and I'm going to help you reframe, but we'll get to that in a second. We're always communicating with ourselves. From the last series in the real work, we talked about your inner dialogue. There's a dialogue always going on all the time. And awareness allows us to take the time to listen and to become aware of what that communication sounds like. What does your inner dialogue sound like? Sound like? That's the thing. In the beginning, when things are going good, it can be really hard to understand, okay, well, I feel fine. I feel fine right now. Things are going good right now. It doesn't mean things are going good, right? A house can be built on the sand and look beautiful, and you go, there's no work that needs to be done. But what you're not seeing is it's built on the wrong foundation. So those storms are going to come and knock it down. So things may look good on the outside, but what is your foundation? And so we don't really see our relationship to ourselves when things are easy. We see it when life applies pressure, when the storms come. Dr. Wayne Dyer, love him. Been listening to him for years, and he says this. He uses this analogy. He says, when you squeeze an orange, what comes out? Orange juice, because that's what's inside an orange is orange juice. So when life squeezes you through your goals, body image, finance, trauma, relationships, expectations, whatever comes out is what's inside of you. That response to what comes out reveals the relationship that you have with yourself. Are you staying with me? Does that make sense? Whenever life throws a curveball at you, the way that you respond, the way that you feel, the way that you react, I should say, whatever comes out of you, that's what's in you. So for some of us, what comes out is anger. Am I right? Have you ever lost it and you're like, why do I come undone? There was the smallest thing, but it just unleashed a beast in me. I've been there. If you have kids, you know. And you're like, take a step back. You're like, oh my gosh, I overreacted, or what is going on, or why was I triggered? For others, it's fear. Fear can come out, and it can be this nasty little virus that gets you so hard and so fast and traps you. Anxiety, depression. For others, it can bring out scarcity, right? Always thinking there'll never be enough, that we are not enough. Others, it's sarcasm. We get very sarcastic, and we get very guarded and walled. Some of us, it's avoidance, right? We numb out alcohol, drugs, social media, numbing, avoiding, over-controlling. Some of us get really over-controlling about everything in our lives and need to have so much control. Those are things that life is squeezing out of us, right? Shutting down. Some of us just shut down. Who's here just needs to Netflix binge all the time? Do you ever, our relationship with ourselves, do you ever ask yourself, oh, this is interesting. Why do I want to shut out the world today? What's going on? You know, if you were to see a family member or someone close to you have any of these things come out, whether it's fear, anger, sarcasm, avoidance, numbing, doing it a lot, over-controlling, shutting down, you would check in with them. Well, I hope you would. You would go, is something bothering you, right? Is something going on? Because a relationship requires communication. So if we're not checking in and noticing, this is called awareness, you're going to start noticing now. Just FYI, ladies, I want to know to how much you're noticing. If you're like, whoa, holy shit. In the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, have I been this negative all the time? Or why is it seeming like I'm getting worse? Like I'm losing it all the time, or I'm wanting to numb out all the time, or fear is overtaking me. It was always there. It was always there. It doesn't come out more. You just notice it. And that's a beautiful thing, because when we notice those reactions, when we notice how we're behaving or certain behaviors, because behavior always follows belief, and we'll get into that in another episode. Behavior follows belief. Then we can start going, oh, you know, this is interesting, right? What's going on? Check in with yourself. It's information. Those emotions, those reactions, they show you whether your relationship with yourself is fear-based or love-based, is doubt-based or faith-based. I want to say this before some of my overthinkers start letting their mind think overload right now, because we have those. You start feeling overwhelmed, or you start thinking too much. This episode isn't about judging yourself. This awareness isn't about being critical, okay? This is not being, self-love isn't critical. Self-love is unconditional. It allows you to be who you are. It has empathy. It has compassion, all right? It's about finally just seeing yourself where you're at, with love, with compassion. Most of how you react to things, the emotions that start coming out that you notice, it was learned. All right, it was learned behavior. It's a part of this narrative in your mind, this story that was learned from childhood and learned from trauma and learned from situations. And here's the cool thing. What has been learned can be unlearned. But first we need awareness. Oh, your homework for the next 24 hours is to notice how you relate to yourself when life applies pressure. All right, this is how transformation happens. And you never hit transformation. You're like, wow, I'm complete, I'm done. No, even as your story starts to change, even as you start to evolve in your relationship with yourself and start to love yourself more, there's always new layers. So all I want you to do for the next 24 hours is just notice your dialogue, notice how your tone with people when you talk to your loved ones or to strangers, notice your self-talk with yourself, notice how you react. Do you react or do you respond? Do you think before you do something? Or are you patient or are you impatient? Are you negative? Are you positive? Right? Just notice this. And so what I want you to say is not judge yourself and not numb out and let those emotions take over. I want you to say this out loud or in your head and go, this is interesting. This is interesting. Not, this is wrong. I have to be positive, Penny. No, just, oh, this is interesting. I reacted that way. Or I, numbed out on food. Or I wanted to go to the wine. Or I screamed at my kid and I really didn't need to. Oh, that's interesting. What is that telling me? And it's a great time to journal. We're not talking about changing who you are or changing anything yet. We're just learning how to see. Okay, learning to build awareness, to see and start to see yourself, right? Your relationship to yourself and how you react and how you think and respond to life. We're building self-awareness. It's such a beautiful thing. I promise you, if you go through this, I know that you're going to have so many moments of clarity, transformation, and it's just such a beautiful thing. I've went through it, and I'm still practicing these things. I'm still noticing. You're never, like I said, you don't make it. It's not a destination. Transformation is ever evolving because self-relationship requires personal growth, and it means we're always going to be growing. If you're not growing, you're disintegrating. You're either creating or disintegrating. There's no stagnant. You're growing or you're getting worse. You're getting better or you're getting worse. There's no middle ground. So let's pursue our self relationships so much we love ourselves enough to be willing to grow. And growth requires us to get uncomfortable. It's like growing pains. It's going to require us, and again, I'm going to get into the other episodes, it's going to require us to take responsibility. It's going to require us to be self-aware of ourselves. But we won't get into that today. Just your homework next 24 hours. Just notice how you react, think, talk, tone, all of it, and just go, that's interesting. Journal it maybe. Once you become aware of your relationship, the next question will become, what do you do when it gets uncomfortable? Right? What is the thing that you do when it gets uncomfortable? Now you're aware, but now you're uncomfortable. So what is the action that's going to follow? And that's what we're going to talk about in the next episode. It's called tapping in instead of tapping out. And girl, nothing is wrong with you. You weren't taught how to have a relationship with yourself. You weren't taught this. So be gentle with yourself. Have grace for yourself. See yourself as a little girl. And she never was taught these things. And you're going to start listening. And you're going to start noticing. And you're going to start loving her. Remember, awareness is where self-love begins. This is the start of you having such an incredible relationship with yourself. Everything else will mirror your internal world. The thing that you think that you need, whether you think you need your body to change, whether you think you need better finances, better relationships, better career, better job, those will all reflect your relationship with yourself. So the things that you want will start to come into your life when the relationship with yourself comes from a foundation of self-love. Self-relationship, self-compassion. That's it. That's all. I will see you guys next week, or I will be with you guys next week. I would love to know if this episode hit home. Tag me on social media. Love you all. Have an amazing day. Bye for now.